Hello and welcome to PolyInnovator. This is the Now page update for November. I am at least recording it on the day of, not having it late like the past couple months, and it's an interesting journey thus far. This is my last month teaching, and I don't know if I've been able to update you all to my journey when it comes to teaching water aerobics and aqua strength. However, I had put in my resignation in September, and thinking that the pool was going to close on October 4th for about a month or so, then I was going to be done. They eventually delayed the closing of the pool to November, and so I decided to stay up until that point in order to help them out before they close. Now, I am cutting it off now, even if they decide to open it back up for this month. Like they did the last time, I'm not staying anymore, but it is a new journey for me, and I'm able to start new things in my life, which is great. I remember actually multiple cases where I tried to get a full-time job or even part-time job, and by teaching in the mornings, it prevented me from actually doing that. And regardless, like, even if I get a job right now, I have something lined up that I'm going to be doing to help out some family members, and on top of that too, I'll still be working at my facility in a partial sense, just not teaching, just personal training and admin. Now, when it comes to PolyInnovator, things are exciting. I'm trying to get back on track of things. It's been a struggle all year. I think doing so many interviews and teaching so much and doing so much of my job over the summer really burned me out more than I expected. And not to use that as an excuse, but a lot of my interviews have been 6 months, 7 months delayed. And that's really frustrating to me. Like, I recorded them back in February and I'm only getting them out in July or August. And some of them now from like March, I'm getting out in like September. It's ridiculous how long that's taken, but I know other shows have taken a year to do it. Some shows take a week to do it. Every show is different, and I am a one-man show, so if you're watching this and you're a guest, I am sorry it's taking so long. I am doing my best. I really am. I make myself get up and do it even when I don't feel like it, and that's the hard part too, where now I've gotten to the point where even getting myself to do it has been the hard part. But once I get started on it, I usually can finish it pretty well, and I love my guests, and that's what motivates me to do it. Now, in other news, I still want to work on swimming content, and I need to get working on that book more and more. There's been a lot of habits I've been faltering this year, like writing the book consistently or reading books consistently. Underneath that little mat here, there was a book I was reading and trying to stay along the lines of productive. My exercise has been more and more fruitful, at least. I've been able to keep that habit going, and I think me doing more in the gym has led me doing more content-wise as well. I actually started a new campaign on TikTok, which is really interesting, where I took my Halloween costume, which ironically I wasn't actually able to wear for Halloween, but it's a mask with a black outfit and like a red tie or red suspenders or some other kind of red component. And this caricature of red is, I guess, the lore of PolyInnovator. I don't know per se how to go about it, but it's an interesting idea, and I wanted to do something with the berries and cream trending on TikTok, and I thought, oh, well, if I can't do the little lad outfit, because I couldn't find it anywhere, I'll do something ridiculous. And so I hope to keep that going for a little bit. I was able to make half a dozen videos already. I have ideas for half a dozen more, and then I'll be able to really kind of get going, and being more consistent on there will help me out as well. And that's the thing where there's a lot of stuff going around up here and a lot of stuff I'm talking to people about, but not enough action. And that discussion without action is really what's making me mad. So not only am I mad at myself for not being productive, but at the level I want to be at, especially. So something I've talked to a lot of people about is omnichannel content creation. It's kind of my ethos of PolyInnovator anyways too. And one of my series, the Omni content. I haven't got that started yet. And I think part of it was the mini series kind of made me feel nervous, and I did a lot of research for it, so it almost became a bigger beast to handle than what the Omni content was meant to be. I think now at this point, it's more of a dreading to complete kind of thing when it should be something simple. So I think once I go back to it, it's going to end up being way easier than I thought it was. And so I'm just trying to find the courage to do that. And there's also the SpeechKit.io thing. So they offered me to use my voice with the automated system. So that way, if I have text-to-speech, it's using my voice, not some random computer-generated voice. And in order to do that, you have to record a couple thousand lines, and I've only recorded 300 or so. And it's been literally the same amount of time as my interviews too, like 7 months. So between the Notion OS, the SpeechKit.io text-to-speech thing, the interviews, the Omni content, the book, work, And then family drama on top of it. There's been so many things piling up. And I'm still pretty productive. Like, compared to most people, and being able to get my job done at work, I'm able to do all of that. Just the finesse of actually getting through all of this. I don't know if I lost my mojo or if maybe the difficulty had increased to more point where I didn't understand. And that's why I like these Now Page updates, because even though I procrastinated the past couple months, they're something I know for a fact I can get done, I can work on, and they're fun to do. And I don't want to keep going too long because 5 minutes is really ideal for these Now Page updates. But in the ideal sense, this is what I'm aiming for. I want to take each of my phases and have them layered on top of each other, not necessarily replacing. So yes, my first phase was around DIY degree, modular degree, but I might be moving on into fitness. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking about education. In fact, I want to release the modular degree as a system. It's part of the PolyInnovation Notion OS as well. And then on top of that, creating more education content, creating more exercise content, and basing it off the baselines of those phases. And figuring out a way of actually doing that consistently is key, and that's why I created the Omni Content system. Is that way I can create little 10-minute blurbs, 15-minute blurbs, and 3-section articles that are really good, high quality, but they're quick and easy. And so I know those are kind of two oxymoron things where it's like quick and easy, but also high quality doesn't sound right. But by doing enough research and preparing enough, I can do them quickly. And so the idea is to get the Omni content out once a week or so, ideally daily if I could, but once a week with an interview once a week with some micro polycasts, and then on top of that, some streaming too, whether it's streaming for just regular topics, polymath topics too, or maybe game streaming as well. And I think that'd be fun because gaming's my decompression. Maybe I could stream while I'm just relaxing, and sure, that's still like work. Like streaming is a lot of work and you have to actually pay attention to the audience and interact with them. I think that I could still manage it all under a more fun activity for myself as decompression. All in all, 7 minutes is long enough. I'm going to end up this here. Thank you for joining me on PolyInnovator. This is Dustin Miller, PolyInnovator, and keep in touch with Red. It's an interesting little TikTok trend. I'm hoping I can keep it going and see what I can do from there. Thank you.